Yeah, no, I was in Sofia, Bulgaria.
Right. Oh, that's the kind of mountain you were climbing.
Oh.
Nah, he wasn't. He's loyal.
Yeah.
Oh, or
That's
not.
not
You
a
know
thing.
what? Whatever happens with full consent from all parties, I don't judge.
That would still be
It's
loyal.
a ding.
Yeah, sure.
But
Yeah, loyal and faithful, I guess, are not quite the same thing.
Correct.
would it still be faithful if it was like
Yes.
okay?
No,
with-
I think faithful has
is
a
it
has
like
a connotation
specifically
of
religious?
No. I think well, faithful has a connotation of 2-1 from my point of view.
I was thinking faithful to wishes and understandings.
Yeah, exactly.
Not and loyal is just like, nah, there's like 15 other people.
Completely regardless, and no, none of that happened. Anyways,
Look,
but,
I wouldn't judge. I wouldn't judge. That's all.
but anyways,
That's all I'm
was
saying.
I was there
Yeah.
local time.
So Luke was in
for them.
Sofia.
yes, local time for them. I left at I think it was 5 p.m.
5 p.m. Okay, so this is in Belgium, Hungary. Where was it again?
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria, right?
And I had a pretty tight connection, but it would be fine
Yeah.
theoretically
Yeah.
as long as nothing got delayed. I would be landing back in Munich
Yeah.
and then taking a train overnight up to Berlin and then flying back to Vancouver through a connection.
Vancouver, I hardly know her.
My God. It was not Wizz Air, it was Lufthansa.
Yeah.
Anyways, to fly, because of course it needed to be a fairly tight connection to the train. The flight got delayed because of course it
Because
did.
of course it did.
It was only delayed by 25 minutes. I still could make it.
Yeah.
It was going to be close.
Yeah.
And it was...
Those
it was,
can be the worst ones sometimes, though, because then they don't proactively reschedule you.
Oh, no. The plane and the train were booked separately. So
Nice.
they didn't care at all.
Nice.
Because, of course, I didn't even ask. Because there's no way they're going to care. So my whole thing, like, as we're landing, is like, okay, it's close. We can definitely make it. I know the train station is extremely easy to navigate.
Mm-hmm.
So once I get to the train station from the airport,
No problem.
not an issue.
He's got
I can
this.
have like 2 minutes and I can run all the way to the train and get on the train. It's
You
no
can do
problem. But I had check luggage. So I need the check luggage to come off like pretty quick.
Oh, no. Why is
Guess
it
how
always
long?
last when you're in a hurry?
Guess how long? Guess how
20
long it took
minutes.
just from when we landed to my bag, which by the way was in the first 3 bags to come off. Guess how long it took for my bag to come out from when the plane landed?
You realize the only solution is GamerJet.
55 minutes.
What?
It's the longest I've literally ever had to wait when there wasn't some type of like accident. There was genuinely like hundreds of people waiting in the baggage area for 2 carousels. I have no idea what was happening. I don't know if they were like short-staffed that day or something, but it took forever. It was crazy. So I definitely missed my train. I had like pre-booked the heck out of my ticket because you save a ton of money that way.
Yeah.
And I had a direct...
He likes saving money.
It's great. I had it all perfectly planned
It's
out.
actually, I think, what gets him off.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. So I had a direct train too, so I knew I could get a decent sleep on the train.
Oh, no.
So not only did I have to get a indirect train, so I had to get a transfer, but also I had to book now last minute, so I had to pay expensive train prices. So I couldn't like sleep properly. So anyways, so far we are 1 Uber, 1 flight in. End up figuring out that I can't take my nice 1 train. Now I have to take 2 trains to Berlin. So I get to the train station. I'm like, okay, this train is leaving in like, you know, in 45 minutes. It's going to take me half an hour to get to the train station. I can make this new train now. It'll be fine. I get there. Okay, the train's delayed by like 15 minutes. That's fine though. Okay, the train's delayed by like half an hour. That's fine now. Get on the train. Oh, while the train is rolling, for some reason, it gains another half an hour of delay. So it gets to the next train station an hour late. I'm all worried because I'm like, I'm going to miss the next train. I had an hour to get. I had an hour at the next train station to transfer, and now I have like 4 minutes or something. And I'm like, oh my God, if it's in a weird spot, I'm going to miss my next train. Nope, not a problem, because the next train got delayed by an hour. What is happening? What is up with German transportation? I heard this as like a meme before I went there. Everything's just delayed all the time, as far as I can tell. While I was standing in the train station, getting off my train that was delayed for an hour, waiting for another train that was delayed for an hour, I heard other trains announcing that they were delayed. Like, crazy. Oddly enough, the trains were extremely comfortable. Very nice.
Right.
Just never there on time.
Right.
Anyway, so that train gets delayed for an hour, so then I'm waiting for it anyways, despite thinking that I was going to miss it. Get into Berlin, take another train to get me from the like main train station in Berlin to the airport.
Yeah.
And then that flight takes me to Frankfurt, and then that flight takes me to Vancouver.
Good
so
Lord.
it was, and then I get picked up from the airport by Emma and brought here. So it was 3 cars, 3 trains, 3 planes, and like 30 plus hours. And I got to WAN Show on time.
By 10 minutes.
By 10 minutes.
Nice. Did I ever tell you about how I almost got stuck in LA when we went down there to collab with Kyle?
I don't think so.
Canada didn't have enough air traffic controllers.
Whoa.
So a bunch of flights into YVR were delayed.
Whoa.
So my flight was canceled, and then I immediately went to the Air Canada desk where they told me there's nothing we can do. You can have a flight tomorrow, which I said was not good enough because my daughters were having 7 teeth out the next morning between the 2 of them, and they were super stressed. I promised I'd be there. So they said, okay, well, I don't know, whatever. You can call the phone lines because they can do more than we can. So I call the phone line. They tell me, yeah, I've got a flight for you. I go, oh my God, thank God. Okay, Vance, so the executive assistant here, don't bother booking me that WestJet flight that you found. Air Canada has a flight for me. Then she goes, oh yeah, can you depart from this airport? I'm like, bro, I just told you I'm at LAX. That is literally 3 hours from here in LA traffic right now, and it's 45 minutes until the flight. How could you possibly think that I could make it? Okay, Vance, book it. Vance goes, oh yeah, by the way, it went up like $400 because everyone is rebooking. It's like going up by the minute. I'm like, oh my God, book it. And so he books it. I spend $1,200 on a plane ticket from LA to Vancouver. And then the Air Canada rep goes, actually, I've got one for you. And instead of being a connecting one through like Edmonton or something, it's a direct flight, but it's like later in the day. Then that flight gets delayed. So I'm sitting here at the airport. The one that Glenn, one of our shooters, got booked for was canceled again in the like mid-afternoon, and then my evening one left an hour late, but ultimately I like did get here. I surprised Yvonne by being an intruder in our house and coming into the bedroom. I told her I wasn't going to make it home that night. So
you just showed up.
And then I just showed up, yeah.
Oh my God.
Man,
my flight's to Germany for this trip.
Yeah.
I was talking to Sammy about it because I got my 2 tickets.
Yeah.
And my second one, so once we landed in... I don't even remember where our first landing was, but once we landed there, I didn't have a seat on the second plane.
Oh my God. Oh, right.
And they overbooked it.
I almost didn't get onto the flight.
Yeah.
So because she sent me my booking confirmation by email, so I thought I had a ticket. So when I got to the counter, I didn't tell the best part of the story. When I got to the counter, I didn't have a seat.
Yeah.
Because I never checked in.
Yeah.
Because I was already there at the airport, and I thought that my booking confirmation was a ticket. I didn't understand the difference. I'd never done that before. And so I like showed them my booking confirmation. It had a barcode on it and everything.
I don't know that I would have thought differently.
They let me through security with it.
Yeah,
even though I
would have thought differently.
didn't have a ticket, so there was one more middle seat. And they were able to put me in it. The first lady at the counter get on the plane. I'd been at the airport for like 9.5 hours or 10 hours by this point. The first one was like, well, you don't have a ticket. And I was like, what do you mean I don't have a ticket? I'm standing here at the gate, aren't I? How did I get here?
Yeah.
But then I realized, no, they never actually scanned my ticket. They scanned my passport and they looked at what I had, but they never actually scanned my ticket. So I was never checked in.
That's wild.
And then the second one was like, move, and like checked for me and was like, okay, no, I got one. Here's your ticket. And I was like, thank you. This actually means the world.
Pretty great.
Dude, I actually kind of hate traveling.
Yeah.
Like, that was so stressful.
I like traveling. I actually really do. I don't like I really, really hated rebooking those train tickets. That pissed me off. Needing to like pay last minute prices.
WestJet wouldn't refund it.
Yeah,
they have a 0 exceptions within 24 hours. I think it is no refunds. Even if you just booked it 5 minutes ago, they're like, no.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, if you unbook it now, you could literally just sell it to someone else who also desperately needs to get home.
They'll do that anyways. They'll just overbook their plane. Yeah, the thing that saved me getting to Berlin
$1,200
was that I checked in so early, and for some reason they just didn't assign me a seat, but I had checked in really early, so that when it came down to like the seat lottery thing, I just automatically won because I had checked in first by like a lot.
Did I ever tell you how I almost missed my play when I went to Edinburgh?
No.
When I went to see Joseph.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we almost missed our plane. We flew into Heathrow, and then our plan was to have a connecting flight to Edinburgh, but our connecting flight was canceled. And the new flight they assigned us was going to be there too late to see the play.
Oh my God.
I was only there to see Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat with Donny Osmond as the Pharaoh. And if I wasn't going to see that play, then why was I even there? So we are standing there in the airport, like, can you rebook us? And I'm like, no, we got nothing. I'm like, okay. Okay, so what are our other options? We looked into chartering a private plane because, like, I literally was only...
You already flew across the world.
I was only in Europe. And I didn't even actually know this at the time, but it was the last performance. So it was like...
I thought you did know that.
I didn't know that before we sat down and they said this is the last performance. So I wouldn't have even... I could have even, like, not known, thinking I could go a day later. Anyway, we actually... So turns out charging is really expensive, in case you were wondering. It's very expensive. So,
I remember from that one Scrapyard Wars.
So we found a train.
Oh yeah, okay.
And we were like, okay, we can do the train, which is only like a couple $100 compared to thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for the plane. Which what was incredible though was, dude, I gotta say, like, the airplane charter business, damn, do they ever have like customer service figured out? I was like, damn it, they only have an email, they don't have a phone line. They emailed me back in like 3 minutes. And they were like, here's our phone number, let's talk. And they were like, yeah, we can have you taken off within like the next 90 minutes or something like that. I was like, you just like found one that's nearby? And yeah, we got you. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Anyway. The train ended up running like 2 hours and 5 minutes late, which it turns out means you get your fare for free. So my story worked out. So maybe that's why I ultimately didn't tell the story.
That makes sense. Somebody in Full Plane Chat pointed out, in Germany, if your train is 20 minutes late, your ticket becomes a flex ticket, so you can take any train of your choosing. Oh. That is cool. The problem for me was the nice pre-booked train that I had was the one that wasn't late. The plane was late, so I didn't make that train.
Right.
And then I had to book other trains, and those ones were late, but I had to take them anyways. It didn't matter if I took them later. If I didn't take those specific trains, I would not make it to Berlin on time to take my flight out. A couple people also said, why didn't you just drive? I did look into that.
Yeah.
Dimitri actually suggested that I just drive.
Really?
But I went and looked at renting a car, and the rental car place had a 1.1 or 1.2 star rating, and like all of the reviews were about how they tried to scam them for damage, and like, I've been fighting a double charge for a car rental for a year was somebody's comment. And I was just like, I'm going to take the train.
Yeah, Dimitri's reviews of Bulgaria in general.
No, this was Germany.
Oh, this was Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know he had trouble getting review samples sent to him there and stuff.
Oh.
Stuff would just get like...
disappeared?
You know, stuff would happen. I'm not going to say specifically because I don't remember the details, but he was just like, yeah, sometimes it could be a real challenge to get review samples sent there.
Yeah, I actually had... I didn't take a lot of public transport in Bulgaria, but like the Bulgarian airport was completely fine in my experience. No direct planes from Bulgaria. Well, my flights, I travel in a really whack way. where I do a lot of my travel planning, like once I'm already there. So my flights to Canada and back were out of Berlin. And then the easiest way for me to get to Bulgaria at the time was through Munich, not Berlin. So when I'm saying I'm flying back to Germany and then taking a train up to Berlin, I'm flying back to Munich. Yeah. So it was actually like pretty far from Berlin. So there probably was, maybe not direct planes, but easier ones. But my flight was already through Berlin. And if I don't make that one, that was the one that the company had booked for me. So if I don't make that one, I just have to pay for my own entire ticket myself because it would have been entirely my fault. So like, I'd rather not do that. So I'm going to try to make that one.
I wish I journaled more of my crazy travel stories because they're always like...
I took a bunch of photos of like...
you? Cool.
I have some really funny ones. Oh, where's my phone?
Like the time that I was literally by like 10 seconds on time for my plane back from Japan. Like they looked at the supervisor because it was literally like the minute of the cutoff, and he's like, gives a nod, but like it was bad, and it was because I was like 42 cents short of the fare for my train into the airport, and the lady like wouldn't let me go, and I was like, oh my god, I don't care, I don't have any cash, I need to make my plane, but it's Japan. There ain't a lot of flexibility on that.
So I like this photo because it's like it's supposed to show.
By the way,
up.
it was my fault entirely. It was only because I accidentally left all of my luggage on my previous train, and I had to go to the Lost and Found. And I had to catch a later train, and I like picked the wrong one. I like picked the one that left earlier rather than the express one. Anyway,
I've done that before.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, hey, it's supposed to show up at like 13 past midnight. It's going to show up at 1:05. It is 1:08.
Oh my god.
How does that work?
Yeah, that's good math. That's German math.
Yeah. I noticed a couple times that it's like the delayed time will be a time that we've already passed. Also, we were rolling slow because we're like near the train station. The guy said over the intercom, we'll get there at 1:11, which is later than either of those times, if you noticed. And then 1:11 comes and goes, and we're still rolling. And it like blew my mind that we're within like slow rolling distance of a train station, and they still can't get the time right. Like we ended up getting there like I think 2 or 3 minutes later than the guy on the intercom said, despite being within like jogging distance of the station.
So
like,
here's my question.
I don't understand.
Here's my question, okay? These guys are world renowned for watches. Is this like a tariff issue? Is there some kind of border control? Like,
I don't know what it is because, like, literally,
I'm just asking questions.
The trains in Germany.
I'm just asking questions.
The trains in Germany were the most comfortable trains I've been on in my life, especially the last one that I took. It had like leather seats, like super nice.
Oh, okay,
and I was in like the cheapest super saver fare area,
right.
And they had leather, like very nice leather seats.
Nice.
And we're super late.
Nice.
I don't get it.